Howdy rock buds, it's Rock Papa. Hope you wonderful folks are having a great day today. Today's rock story is diorite and andesite. Why two different rocks? Because they're not two different rocks. They're made of exactly the same minerals, and they're two different versions of the same rock. Sounds a little confusing, but stay tuned for clarification. If this video is helpful to you, please subscribe, and thank you so much for everyone who has subscribed. It helps me immensely, and I do appreciate it. So here we go, rock story, diorite and andesite. But wait a minute, this is not diorite or andesite. What is this? That's correct, it's granite. And I wanted to show you granite because it's an intrusive igneous rock, similar to diorite. What do you notice in terms of its overall color, light or dark? Yeah, it's light. Do you see a lot of black in there? No. Now let's look at a piece of diorite. It's also an igneous intrusive rock like granite, but what about the dark spots? There are far more dark spots in diorite. Granite is felsic. That means it has a lot of quartz in it, light colored and lightweight. Diorite is intermediate. Doesn't it look kind of salt and peppery? That is sort of the definition of an intrusive igneous intermediate rock. Similar to granite, diorite is an intrusive rock. That means it is emplaced as magma underground, and it does not come to the surface as magma. What is magma? It's just molten rock. What is pluton? Pluton means a hunk of magma that's intruded underground and it cools. A batholith is just a gigantic pluton. You guys probably already know this. One of the minerals that make up diorite is quartz, but diorite has far less quartz in it than granite does. Usually less than 25% quartz. The main mineral found in diorite is feldspar. This is not potassium feldspar that you would find in granite. This is feldspar that's made of a combination of sodium and calcium, but mostly sodium. This makes sense because sodium feldspar is an intermediate feldspar. In other words, sodium feldspar, sodium-rich feldspar, is found in intermediate rocks. Intermediate rocks have less quartz in them than felsic rocks, but more iron in them than felsic rocks. Intermediate rocks have more quartz in them than mafic rocks, but less iron in them than mafic rocks. They're in between, that's why we call them intermediate. Diorite has some biotite in it, and as you know, biotite is black mica, easily scratched with a nickel, but mostly diorite has hornblende in it. Hornblende is the black mineral in this picture. See the cool needle shapes of hornblende? You don't always see this in diorite, but you cannot scratch hornblende with a nickel, and that helps you distinguish it from biotite. This cool but sort of confusing chart shows the different kinds of igneous rocks across the top, and the different colored shapes show how much minerals are in each of these rocks. The red circle here shows you the composition of diorite and also andesite. It's above ground complement. And you see some quartz, but you see a whole bunch of feldspar, mostly sodium-rich feldspar, and a little bit of dark stuff, which would be biotite and hornblende. Great place to see diorite is in the lovely Sierra Nevada mountains of California. They are totally made of mostly diorite. Mostly diorite forms the outstandingly beautiful canyon walls of Yosemite Valley. Andesite is lava, and it is just the above-ground version of diorite. It's made of exactly the same minerals. It just happens when diorite magma comes out onto the surface and flows rather stiffly down the sides of the volcano. Hey rock buds, why do I say that andesite lava flows kind of thickly down the volcano? That's because the more quartz a lava has in it, the slower and it flows because it's thicker. That's why Andesite, which is a very quartz-rich lava, plops out of the volcano like thick mud. And also why basalt lava, which has hardly no quartz in it, flows very liquidy and thinly down the sides of the volcano quite far away. Andesite's kind of in between those. Flows better than Andesite, but not anywhere near as good as basalt. Why quartz makes it thick? Because the quartz bonds, the molecular bonds, are really strong. So they don't like to, I guess, expand and stretch. Something like that. Here's some pictures of andesite lava, and you can see it looks a whole lot different from diorite, but it's made of exactly the same mineral composition. The white hunks in there are, you guessed it, sodium-rich feldspar. Andesite lava can have a variety of shapes and colors. Rock buds, now let's look into where diorite, magma, and andesite lava come from. In this picture, the gray material is ocean crust, and the ocean crust has been broken by pressure from both sides, and one piece of ocean crust has gone underneath or subducted beneath the other piece. The subducted piece of ocean crust is thrust deep down into the mantle where it melts, and different kinds of magma are produced. Felsic magma, which would be granite, intermediate magma, which would be diorite, and mafic magma, which would be gabbro. Here's another picture that basically shows the same thing, except that it shows the little volcano erupting, and when that happens, the different kinds of magma become different kinds of lava. Theoretically, the granite magma erupts toward the top of the volcano, and that becomes maybe rhyolite or dacite lava. The diorite magma might erupt somewhere on the mid-flanks of the volcano, producing andesite, and the gabbro magma would erupt around the base of the volcano, creating basalt lava flows. When two pieces of ocean crust break and one subducts underneath the other, you get a chain of volcanic island chain, like the Aleutian Islands off Alaska and the islands of Japan. If the subducted ocean crust goes under a continent, you get the continental mountains like the Sierra Nevada that are just chock full of diorite. In this picture, we are looking at the Andes Mountains that run along the west coast of South America, and they are full of andesite lava. As a matter of fact, that's where andesite got its name, from the Andes Mountains. Okay, rock buds, that's the story of diorite, magma, and andesite lava. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this video is useful. If so, please subscribe. And this is your Rock Papa saying, you guys are wonderful. Have a fantastic day. Happy rock hunting, and Papa out.